ahead and talk about, the parenting thing like we started on before, but where we had the technical difficulties. Sorry. We're gonna go ahead and have that conversation. But before we get into it, man, let's go ahead and go around and do that check-in. I say all the way around the board, man. I've been about a 7. You know what I'm saying? Just everywhere. I haven't been arguing with my girl, with my, fiance, whatever you want to call it right now. We've been good. Everything been moving smooth. Finances, things getting back on track because I got more time, because we done figured out a better schedule with the kids, so things are getting a lot better on my end, man. I'm in a better place. So I can't I give it up to God and say thank you at the end of the day. What about you guys? Zoe?
I am at, I can say a safe 7. Like, of course, finances is cool. I got offers on the table. I just don't really, like, I'm trying to figure out this space of what I want to do. Because I got, recent things going on that's kind of changing the scope of how I want to foresee these next, I don't know, like 18, 24 months or whatever. So, like, I want to make sure I make the right move. So, like, I'm happy to be in this position, like, no lie. Because it sets me to do what I want to do. But other than that, fam's good. I guess I surprised my wife with the podcast tonight. She was like, I ain't tell her. My bad, baby. I'm sorry, I love you. You know what I'm saying? But, typically when we record, like, Tuesdays be straight for me, but Wednesdays I check in. Like, so, like, if we're doing something on Wednesdays, I'm automatically I check in with her to make sure she's straight with you. You know what I'm saying? So just going forward, if that's how we working, that's just kind of what happened on my end. But other than that, man, Lucas is getting big, surprising me every day. AJ, bro, I'm telling you, like, bro, you already know what you need to do, bro. You already know. He done called me like 3 times, bro.
So look,
he done called me 3 times.
Hey, y'all, I'll wait till we get some parenting. I'll wait till we get in that. All right, go. Keep going.
Well, I'm just saying he called me 3 times. You know what
Bro,
I'm saying?
I know.
With that, I'll leave.
They don't know how it happened, though. So I'm going to tell them how it happened.
Oh, Lord.
Say talking about Zay. Zay called looking for Lucas because he wanted to come through and play. Like,
I already know that one. I already know that one Zay start.
No. It was all Zay.
It was?
So I asked him, so I said, Zay. Well, like I said, I'm gonna wait, but I'll go ahead and make it quick. I said, did you call Uncle Tracy? He said, yeah. I said, how you call Uncle Tracy? He said, what's your phone? I said, how'd you get Uncle Tracy number? He said, I went through your phone and got it and called him. I said, oh, okay, my bad. So yeah, that was all on him. He wanted to make sure that I was telling him the truth. I was like, all right, man, he can call on his own.
So how you doing?
Salem, how you feeling?
AJ, bro.
So the first time we talked, I talked a lot about my job. I'd say that's still sitting about a 7. It's going good. I feel good about it. My coach says I'm doing well. Everything else, I'd give maybe about a 5. My finances are doing all right. Relationship's still good. I mean, we going through normal relationship stuff. I did mention to her about bringing the women on the podcast. She was a little excited about that. She had her own shit to talk about it too. So I think that'll be a good episode. I'm low-key excited about it, but I don't want to let her know I'm that excited about it. I'm doing all right. So,
AJ, what about you, sir?
I said probably maybe like a 6. I say a 6. I know usually I usually say a 7, but I just say a 6 because I'm just kind of tired, really. Usually around the end of the month, I get like this because of my job more. It's pretty stressful, but I mean it's cool. I love it. Don't get it twisted, man. But it's just stressful right now. So I say I'm probably like a 6, man. I'm just tired.
Understood. So with that being said, man, before we get into this parenting talk, man, if you got your shot, man, go ahead and hold that thing up. Let's get it going right quick.
Can I give a shout out real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I just like this title of this right here. This is by Naked Brewing Company. Was it Naked River? Yeah, Naked River Brew. Here out the chat, bro. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna taste this up tonight. But yeah,
Up to it.
Down to it.
F those.
We don't
Do it.
We do it.
Because we used to.
So drink, my guy, drink.
Oh yeah.
All right, man. So let's jump into it, man. About a week or two ago, like we said, man, we started to talk. We didn't get to finish it, had issues with recording. But we were talking about parenting, our different styles of parenting, how we feel about certain styles of parenting, as well as, parents when it comes to sports, pushing the kids too hard, etc. For me, like I said before, I try to be the cool dad. I show that I am the father, not just your friend. Because I kind of feel like being a parent, sometimes people take it a little bit too serious, and which can hinder the relationship between father and son, father and daughter, whatever. And I speak on that because of my dad, man. Just being honest, I felt like my dad was overboard. He beat on me. He did all type of shit. So I done been tied to a shower head, water turned on, beat with extension cords. I've been stomped. I've been everything. You know what I'm saying? I've been done kind of bad. But that's kind of why me and my dad's relationship isn't as great as I want it to be. Yeah, he tells me he's sorry about it. He says it all the time, but he kind of feels like he was doing it the only way he knew how. And I mean, I'm not mad at him anymore. I do forgive him at the end of the day. But that doesn't mean I have to like it. You know what I mean? So in my way of doing things, I try to talk more rather than whooping, you know what I'm saying, all the time. I do use punishment as far as that goes, taking things away from my son, or, making them do push-ups, run hills, that type of thing, just trying to find other ways of disciplining my kids rather than every day putting my hands on them. I definitely want to, make sure he understands that you don't always have to go that route to get to the result. There's other ways to get there rather than, getting your butt beat 24/7. But I do believe in whippings. You know what I'm saying? Like, spare a rod, spare a child. Like I said before, I definitely believe in it. Sometimes it's warranted and it's needed. But that's when you give them a little bit of rope, you let them hang themselves at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? If it gets to that point, you know why you're getting it, because I'm going to tell you exactly why. You did X, Y, Z. I gave you chances each time. So now this is where we're at. You know what I'm saying? And you just got to deal with the consequences. That's just a little bit of background on how I look at parenting. What about you guys?
In a family that definitely believed in women. Like, it wasn't anything to a point of abuse, but like my mom, she had her method, my dad had his method. And I know me and my dad, our relationship coming up was, I don't know, it was cool to a point, but then I feel like eventually, like, it became that point of, like, it's guys in the house, you know what I'm saying? And we had that issue. Like, I wouldn't say that issue was just a button heads, it's just really no communication. After a while, it was like he did this thing, I did mine, and that mixed with not seeing a lot of interactions between my parents, or at least focusing on the type of relationship perspective that they had. Because I mean, a lot of times, honestly, you know what I'm saying, having both of my parents in the house growing up like that, you know what I'm saying, that's a blessing. You know what I'm saying, for me. And you know, a lot of times you don't understand, you take it for granted because you actually get to see how that relationship works. You know what I'm saying? You taking mental notes and not even knowing it. But you know, there's a lot of things that I know I should have picked up on cues, or now the way me and my dad talk and the conversations we have and stuff. I'm like, damn, I wish I would have had that when I was younger. You know, that way I had a better understanding of it now. You know, that way I can communicate with, and that's kind of where I try to benefit me and Lucas' relationship. Make sure I talk to him about his feelings. You know what I'm saying, and how he feeling about certain things. Because he'll tell me straight up, you made me mad. I'm like, all right, well, I appreciate you telling me that, but like, you know, it may be a situation that it don't really matter if I made you mad because this is what we needed to do at the time. But at least he was able to tell me that, and he was able to come to an understand, like, ah, yeah, you could be mad at that, but like, you know what I'm saying, you wasn't listening. So this is what the result was. You know, so those are things that I wasn't really influenced to do as a child, was talk about how I felt. And I believe that spills over to me as an adult. That's things I'm trying to unlearn now. You know, it is trying to understand those foreign feelings that I have instead of just, you know, shutting them down or whatever, like accepting them. So those things that I'm trying to definitely implement in him, like, you know, weapons is definitely the case, but like I'm not gonna whoop him for being a kid and not understanding. You know, I'm gonna whoop him for, you know, things. All right, well, just like you said, I'm gonna give you enough time, bro. And like after we do that, we're gonna go ahead and lock out. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen, and then you finna get tapped. So like I'm gonna have to go ahead and reach out and touch you real quick so you understand that this is what's going on. But you know, I ain't like whooping is never my first resort. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to communicate with him, but I'm trying to overemphasize like he like, bro, this is like feeling this way. You know, we need to figure out why you feeling this way. You know what I'm saying?
And just to touch on something you said, man, that was I'm not gonna go into major detail about it just because that's kind of a personal situation, but um some stuff happened, man, at home. You know, my son chose to take a certain route with what he did, and had me live it. I'm talking about live it, to the point where when I got to where he was, I had to really, before I got out the car, I had to kind of, hold on, my guy, take a breath. You know what I'm saying? It was a situation where it warranted some hands. You know what I'm saying? It warranted for me to, like you said, reach out and touch him, but I had to take a step back and put myself in his shoes for a second. And, you know, it took everything in me not to put my hands on him. We sat out there for what, about an hour, probably?
Yeah. Me. Well, Sunday night, we sat out there for a while.
Yeah, just sitting there talking, you know, and trying to understand what made him do what he did. You know what I'm saying? And one of those things is he felt like you said, how Lucas came to you and could tell you, hey, you made me mad. He didn't feel like he had nobody to talk to. He felt like he was, you know what I'm saying, just stuck, and he didn't have represented anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when he said that, man, it was like, oh, okay. You know, my parents always told us a kid is not, a kid don't have no say.
Stay in a child's place. A kid should be seen and not heard.
Exactly. And then these kids are opinionated nowadays. You know what I'm saying? They have feelings. And the fact of the matter is, us as adults, at times, we don't listen to them. You know what I'm saying? And it causes major problems. You have to make it an understanding that, okay, you can come and talk to me, but you're going to talk to me the right way. You're not going to come raising your voice, doing nothing stupid. If you come to me and you want to talk, we can sit down and talk, but you're not going to come in here like you're a grown up, you know what I'm saying, doing the most. Which I think my son has a little bit of a problem with that. He got an anger issue, 100%. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that we're working on getting the control of. But just hearing that, bro, like, kind of hurt me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because I pride myself on, like I said, being able to listen to him and being able to go another route when it comes to him. And, it felt like the grown-ups at home just ain't giving him that opportunity, ain't letting him say nothing, and just dictating everything. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, dang, that's crazy. You know what I mean? And the fact that you said Lucas at the age he is came to you and spoke to you and told you, hey, Dad, you made me mad right here. You know what I'm saying? Even though it was something, yeah, I probably made you mad, and I'll probably do it again in the same situation. But
you know what I'm saying?
He was able to express that to you without you getting mad at him. You know what I'm saying? I tell him, shut the F up. You know what I'm saying? Take your butt to your room. It don't matter. Blah, blah, blah. You gave him that opportunity. And I feel like a lot of times now, that's something that we have to do, especially as fathers, is give them that understand, let them understand that, hey, man, we're here for you to talk to, because later on in life, they're going to get used to not saying anything. And then they're going to be like, okay, I can't say nothing. I'm just going to hold on to this. And then when they blow to the point of no return. You know what I'm saying? Themselves in a bad situation, whether it's with us or with somebody out on the street where they just held on to everything that went on at home, and this dude just triggered them. You know what I'm saying? Or this chick triggered them. So that just to your point, I commend you on that, man, because that's big. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to touch on that just a little bit. And sorry to take up y'all time, Salem and AJ, but what do you guys think?
I'm gonna let AJ go first. Either one with the son.
Well, I mean, it's funny how you said it. Yeah, I am one with the son, but the approach I was gonna take was basically the way I look at it, man. As far as like how I was raised and parenting with me, like my mom, like there was no father in my life. Granted, I love my dad to death. You know what I'm saying? It took me a long time to truly understand. It took me a long time to let go of some things in order to love my father the way I do. You know what I'm saying? So I love my dad without a shadow of a doubt, but he was completely absent. Where I seen him like in maybe one football game that I can remember, and that was when I was real little. Never seen him really throughout, you know what I'm saying, high school and stuff, unless I went to Atlanta. He never came to visit me. But unless I just went to Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, I go down there. I used to go down there like for every summer when I was younger. One summer I just stopped going, man. That's the last time I started really seeing my father. You know what I'm saying? I might call him every now and then. He really didn't call me too much, but that he had his own things and stuff that he was dealing with. You know what I'm saying? That's something that I didn't really, I couldn't really capture in my mind as a child until I got older. You know what I'm saying? As an adult, and realize, you know what I'm saying, we all face demons. We all face things that we go through that may hinder us or prohibit us from being somebody who we're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Because the people who were around my father and people who do know my father, they know, you know what I'm saying, he was super loving to them, you know what I'm saying, but it was just people he was around, because that's how it worked out every time. But what I did was, in the midst of that, I took everything I wasn't getting as a child, you know what I'm saying, from my father, and I installed that in my son now. You know what I'm saying? I take my situation and I use it as an advantage, you know what I mean? Because I remember plenty of times where I was like, man, if my father was here, I see plenty of situations where, like, if I would have had, like, guidance from a male's perspective. Man, don't get it twisted, my mom's was amazing, you know what I'm saying? My mom's worked a lot. She was very, you know what I'm saying, business professional, you know what I'm saying, very straightforward. She was the oldest of all her siblings, so she was really like the backbone. So my mama was just like stern. So like we clashed a lot, you know what I'm saying? She had to be the mother who had to replace the roles of the father as well. So we clashed a lot. You know what I mean? We clashed a lot. But she had to do what she had to do to make who I am today, which I appreciate, because there could have been a lot of different routes I could have took. But I feel like I took a good one. So I appreciate the way I was raised, and I try to use those things. You know what I'm saying? My mom's sternness mixed with, you know what I'm saying, the emotions of an absent father. And I try to combine that together and do what I can to be there for my son. Like I said, I do believe in whoopings. Don't get twisted, you know what I'm saying? But my idea behind whoopings is more of, like, I don't really, like, go in and it's like, whoopings to me, they probably won't get hit more than 3-4 times. You know what I mean? Because it's not necessary. He's 6 years old. And when I hit him, I'm not going to hit him with the intent of hurting him. It's more of the intent of him feeling my force. So he'll understand that, hey, I need to chill out, because whatever I just did was not, don't ever need to happen again type thing. You know what I'm saying? My voice alone if I speak to him a certain way, he understands through my voice alone that hey, I'm in business. You know what I mean? So I really don't have to really just put hands on him. But if I have to whoop him, don't get it twisted. I will whoop him because I caught plenty of them growing up in the worst way. You know what I'm saying? Though, shout out to my auntie who beat me with a comb, and that was the worst whooping I ever had in my life. Like, God, for real. Like a comb. My hair comb. You know what I'm saying? But seriously.
Hey, no cap, bro. I got a whooping one time, bro. Like it was bad, bro. I went on Glass Street, over there by Veteran Heights. I stayed right there by Veteran Heights. So I'm on Glass Street over my homeboy house. My mama knew where I was at, bro. My mama knew everything. My daddy seen me, bro. He pulled up on me, said, "Get your home right now." He said, "Boy, hey, what you doing over here? You on this blah, blah, blah street? Da-da-da. You knew I was coming to get you." I said, "Bro, my mama said I could come, bro." Bro, got to the crib, bro. Dude went outside, got about 4 switches. He tied them things together, bro. Bro, I couldn't sit down for like a week and a half. Tore the skin off my butt, bro. No cap. Bleeding. Shonda had to stop it.
The little teeth,
stop it, bro.
The little teeth from the comb, they were in my arm. Not the broken off, but you can see where the comb had the print. You know how a comb is made. You can see where they landed on my arm. Oh my God, hey, she wore me out there.
Crazy, bro. I tell you, bro, I got some major butt whoopings, bro. Like some stuff. That stuff is illegal, bro. It is illegal.
Oh yeah. Some of the things that happened to me growing up,
it was still around, like just like right where your grandmama, and then it's right there just a little bit, like that's that grandma, cause like switch.
Bro, hey, how many of y'all ever got a whooping by your grandmama though?
Oh yeah,
bro. My grandmama, I tried to run from my grandmama, bro. I caught ghosts. She had my daddy and my uncle hold me down, bro.
That's a wrap, bro, because you know it's gonna happen to me. It's like, oh, you thought you was gonna get away, didn't you?
Hey, bro, I'm talking about I done got outside and everything, bro. Then this thing I know I'm in Uki lock, bro. Hey, I get in the crib. No cap, bro. I get in the crib. One of them holding me up, holding the upper body, the other one holding my legs, bro. And I'm just getting wailed on, fool. Terrible. Hey.
How you? Hold on, before we get too far off of these rabbit holes, Salem, how you feel about parents?
So, I was in a slightly different environment. My parents got divorced when I was younger, so I grew up with my mom and stepdad, and I had 2 stepbrothers. So punishment in the house was very unique for each person. Like we got whoopings when we were younger, but like when I got them from my stepdad, they had a very negative effect because that wasn't really my father. So I took it as, this man is beating me. I don't know him. And I like, even to this day, I feel some type of way about it, to the point where it causes me, when I get mad, I don't even want to like be around my girlfriend's kid. Like, I don't want to put hands on her in any type of way because of how I felt as a step parent, putting their hands on me. My mom, on the other hand, she would whoop my ass, and she made sure to remind me right up until high school, like, hey, I will still whoop your ass. You ain't that big. Even when you're an adult, you ain't going to be that big. My grandmama whooped my ass too. She reminded me the same thing. I'm not that big. But like I said, punishments were very unique for each person. Like, I just got stuff taken away. They take toys away. They take video games away. I wasn't allowed to go outside, which was my big thing. But as I got older, like, whoopings didn't really faze me as much. It just made me angry, and I'd, compartmentalize, stay in my room, and just, not talk to the whole family. So my punishment was very much, you have to stay inside. You have to stay in your room. We have to keep an eye on you. You can't go outside and do whatever you want, which was my favorite thing to do.
Back when all of us grew up, going outside was number one. I mean, kids nowadays, they don't want to go outside. They just want to play video games, But back then, man, we was outside running around till the street lights came on. Just don't let that street light catch you. You know what I'm saying? That's my mama saying. Don't let that street light catch you.
You better be walking in the house.
Paddling like it's the last chance.
To what you said, Salem, and I want everybody's opinion on it. obviously, I'm a stepfather too. My son isn't my biological son, but I treat him as such. I've been there since he was 0. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. With it, I met his mom when he was first born. Got introduced to him when he was 2, and I've been there ever since. So in respect to what you're saying, I feel I do like I said, I whip him, you know what I mean? But I kind of feel in that situation, I've been the only man in his life. You know what I'm saying? So it's I guess it's a little bit different from, your side of the story, because, you had both parents. They were just co-parenting at the time. And I guess this is kind of a two-pronged question. I mean, how do you guys feel about, a step parent whooping your children, as well as how do you guys handle, for the ones that have? I mean, Lonzo, you're in a different situation because you're married, but how do you handle the co-parenting thing? Like, in y'all situation, is the co-parenting working? Is it hard? Kind of give shed a little light on how that works. I don't want you to be super personal, but just kind of shed a little light on that from y'all's point of view on how that stuff goes. If that makes sense.
I have no real first-hand perspective. I've only seen it. Like I have family. Like I said, out of my family, I believe my mom and dad were I have my mom and dad that stayed together, and my auntie and one of my aunts and uncles stayed together. That's out of both sides of the family collective. Let me make sure I'm not misquoting myself. Yes, I'm correct. So, and like one of my cousins, like my brother, I seen him go through, I seen my uncle, his mom go through, like, just turmoil, what I'm saying, from, what my cousins seen while I was over there, kid, seeing them grow up and seeing my uncle grow up remarried, and my cousin and his stepmom, their relationship was strained, she was in positions to where she would, whoop him, and it just, like you said, so it built some type of way. You know what I'm saying? And I can understand where it came from, because it just built like, that, like you said, like my cousin grew up with his mom, feel like an individual. So I could see where those feelings come from.
Mm-hmm.
But I can also see where, if you have someone that's being a parent, that shouldn't be your first resort is hands. You should really take some other approaches before you actually lead to reaching out and touching the kid, just like we would with our own children. You know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to, like, our mission is not to beat them into submission. Our mission is to help them understand, how to deal with things. That's just as far as with me. Like in any parental role outside of step, what I'm saying, current or otherwise, it should be those things in place to help, what I'm saying, help people grow in age, but I can see how it can be bad for you. It can be really mentally hard on you as an adult. It takes time to kind of figure out how to address those things, because those things need to be addressed to help us grow. Because, what I'm saying, we may think we adults now, but we really just growing as kids, still trying to figure out ourselves and our emotions. So that's something that
What about you, AJ?
So,
my bad. I know you still going. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Now, well, as far as with me, like, okay, so sorry, my light had messed up. Get it together. All right. Now, as far as with me, for the most part, man, it's something really, really, really difficult, man, to whoop my stepchildren, or when they were my stepchildren. That's why I was studying. I don't have them right now, but when me and the mother of my child were together, one, she had a daughter and a son. So, like, disciplining the daughter altogether was just the most difficult thing to do, because, you know what I'm saying, just because of the way I was raised. You know what I'm saying, I was always raised to take care of your women, you know what I'm saying, protect your women, and things like that. So like it was almost impossible for me to, like at her age, especially with her being a child and me not being there her entire life, like I put all those things into thought. It was really difficult for me to really get onto. Because here I am, this man who, yeah, I've been around for a little while, but I don't, I haven't, you haven't sat down and had those conversations with me enough to have those talks, the things that let me know that you're opening up to me enough for me to really like get on to you about something. You know what I'm saying? So it might come in my mind. I'm like, maybe it'll probably come across wrong. So it was really difficult to discipline her. Now her son, on the other hand, still difficult to whoop, man, because like I said, once again, like similar to Salem, you know what I'm saying? Even though my father wasn't there, my mama dated men, but the men wasn't my father. So like I don't know, like you're not my dad, so I don't touch you. You know what I'm saying? And granted, none of them, now when I look back and think about it, not a lot of them did. One did, but it's just to me that like you're not my father, so why was you putting your hands on me type thing? So like even with her son, like I might get on to him, I might make some threats and all that good stuff, but I mean I'm not really putting my hands on him. I can't really think of a time where I really did it because it's too difficult for me to get that angry and use force behind it for something that for someone who is not a part of, you know what I'm saying, not my child. You know what I mean? Because I know how parents would be. Like I think about it like this: like, what if I do reach out and do that, right? And then I hurt him. You know what I'm saying? Then how's the relationship gonna be moving forward? Then how do I have to deal with the relationship between him and his mother in his life? Now I done hurt her child, and that's gonna be a whole different conversation with me and her now. You know what I'm saying? Even though so like to me, it's a lot of factors, it's a lot of risk, and it's now I question it, man. It's difficult for me to do. Real talk, it's difficult for me to do.
What about you, Salem?
So kind of going to what AJ said, like you don't know. Say you have to punish the child, like I've popped this little girl's hand before because she grabbed a knife off the counter, and like in the moment, to me that was okay. She needs to know right now you can't grab a knife off the counter. You can't. It's a safety issue. She can get hurt. She did drop it on the floor and it scared me because it landed way too close to her toe. So like I grabbed her finger and I like flicked her finger and it didn't hurt her, but she looked me in the eye and I was like, you're gonna get hurt. You have to be careful. And right then and there, she understood what it was that I meant. She repeated it back to me. He's like, don't grab knives off the counter. I was like, yeah, you don't grab knives off the counter. And from then on, anytime she comes into the kitchen, she asks me first, can I help? Can I do this? Can I touch this before just jump into everything in here's a toy?
Yeah.
But even then, like you want to make sure you don't get in between the child and their parent or their mother because you are the extra there.
And one of the things that I deal with in my situation, I know my stepson's dad. You know what I'm saying? I know him and I see him on a regular basis. And I'm not here to talk down on anybody, but at the same in this situation, I am the one who's been there. First football game I was there. First everything, I've been that guy. I haven't missed anything. You know what I'm saying? And I won't miss anything as long as I got breath in my body at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this. If that man chooses to come and take up the role of doing what he needs to do, at that time, it would only be right for me to take a step back and allow him to do that. You know what I'm saying? Now, would I be I would be hella guarded. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't get in his way, but I'll be watching him with through a microscope. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that's my son now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, you're the biological father, or dad, but I've raised this kid, so I have a really, really personal attachment to him. But I feel like if you're in a stepdad or a step parent role, if that parent, who's not there chooses that they want to take their role back up, You know what I'm saying? As long as they're not, you know, doing anything detrimental to that kid being, you know, growing in the way he's supposed to or she's supposed to, I do feel like right thing to you know, kind of pause for a little bit, them that opportunity to do so.
I have a question about this stuff.
What's that?
So it's gonna sound kind of weird, right? What do you think about guy co-parenting? Like, because technically that's what you'd be doing. You know what I'm saying? Co-parenting. You know what I'm saying, with his actual father. You know what I'm saying? So, like, technically that's what it'd be. You'd just be co-parenting with another dude.
I I will
What
say
you about what? What was the question?
go
No,
ahead.
I'm saying, like, you technically be co-parenting. Like, you like, because that's the thing. Like, y'all both want the best for your son. You know what I'm saying? At that point, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So technically that's what it is. And like, it takes a lot of understanding on both parts, because you're gonna be at a point of like, yo, you know what I'm saying? This is how I've been disciplining him, X, Y, and Z, and this is what I done seen at work. Just so you know what I'm saying, y'all don't mess up at work or one of those doing. Because like, you know what I'm saying, you ain't even trying to step on nobody's toes or nothing, but
Oh, you
it's
said take guidance. Okay, I know. I hear what you said.
Okay,
Okay,
so
take
so
guidance.
so I'll say this. I'll say this. That in my opinion, this is where that man to man talk has to take place. Because yeah, you are his dad, but I've been the one doing this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna tell you, hey, he likes this, he likes that. This ain't gonna shake. If you do this, he gonna spaz out on you, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna lay down everything that I've seen to give him the ample opportunity to make things work. You know what I'm saying? So he comes in with a clean slate. At the end of the day, he's still gonna have to learn, or whoever's gonna have to learn that child, regardless of what I say or whatever anybody else says. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to take the time to really learn that kid on your own, and that comes with time and spending time with them. But you know, I definitely feel like in that type of a situation, you have to sit down with that person and say, "Hey, man, um, I understand this is your situation, or hey, miss, this is your situation, whatever. And but this is what I've seen. This is how I've handled things, you know, and this is the path he's going down or she's going down. You know what I'm saying? And if you're gonna make this work, I think you don't necessarily have to follow everything that I'm telling you, but I think you should take it into consideration, you know, and I think it'll make your job a little bit easier. You see what I'm saying? Like that talk has to be had, no matter how hard it is, because I mean, I guarantee you, whoever the parent is gonna have a major issue with that situation. You know what I'm saying? How is this guy or this girl know more about my kid than I do? You know what I'm saying? Those are going to be the things that's going through that person's head, regardless of how long of the time they've been there or how long they've been away. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't feel like anybody, and I may be talking for myself, but I don't feel like anybody wants to be told about their own child. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that you look at and you want to hear from anybody. Because at the end of the day, regardless, you're gonna feel like you're gonna feel like ish at the time when you get that conversation, because you should have been there. You know what I'm saying? I guess it's easier for me to do it that way because I had my dad, but I also had my sister's dad, who probably for a long time was more of a dad to me than anybody. You know what I'm saying? And yes, he gave me whoopings, just on the lines of what AJ and Salem said. I respected that man. You know what I'm saying? Because he was there from day one. You know what I mean? Like he was the guy that was in my life, that I seen coming to my football games, that I seen, you know, Brent coming to my birthdays or throwing me birthday parties or taking me to the park, things like that. You know what I'm saying? That was that guy. You know, so until this day, you know, I treat him with the utmost respect. You know what I'm saying? Because no matter what he did, he was always there. When he was locked up, he was calling me all the time, making sure I was straight, whatever the situation was. Even when he wasn't there, he was there. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. You know, so I had a different experience when it comes to the step parent role than you guys did. And I kind of feel like that kind of built me a little bit different, to where in my step parent role, in my own situation, I'm able to handle things a little bit differently, and I can look at it from, you know, a different standpoint, and have that maturity at the end of the day to be able to hey man, it's your time. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is, because that's the same thing that my stepdad did with my dad. You know what I mean? So I guess that's how I look at things, man. And that's kind of how I am, why my train of thought is the way it is. Um, and that's not a knock on anybody else's situation. I feel like I had a great step parent situation going on. Um, the second part of that question that I asked you guys is how is the co-parenting situation? If you had co-parents growing up, or that you're doing now in your own situations. You know, my situation right now, obviously everybody knows me and my fiance are not together at the moment. And I've been put into a co-parenting situation that I never in a million years thought that I would have been put into. Um, and I will say for the most part, it has been fairly easy, but I mean, it's fresh as well too, though. You know what I mean? We haven't had any major fights when it comes to the kids, anything like that. So, um, at least my first glance at that, I feel like we do well. I'm more hands-on when it comes to the schooling and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? She's a little bit busier than me. She's running a hair business, a lash business, and working a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? So, um, I do my little work, my little hustle or whatever, and I do what I do. But at the end of the day, I'm more hands-on with the kids and their schooling and their extracurriculars than anybody else. Shut up. But
So I went to family education for you.
But as much as I don't want it to be a co-parenting situation, I do feel like we would have a decent one. My dad and my mom had an okay co-parenting situation. They butted heads, and when they butt heads, they butt heads. I mean, it was like Goku and Vegeta fighting. You know what I'm saying? And all you see is the flashes of light because they going at each other. But they made it work. And to this day, the crazy part about it is my mom and my dad are friends, like real friends. You know what I'm saying? Like laugh together, play together, all that stuff. And it's cool to see that. You know what I'm saying? Based off the situation that we had growing up, but that's just I do feel like me and my mother of my child, let's say that, would have a good situation as far as co-parents. She hasn't shown me anything other as of right now. You know what I mean? But who's to say what happens in the future? And we don't know what's going to happen. But for the moment, everything has been cool, and I think it's not a bad situation. I would much rather me be at home with my kids. You know what I'm saying? But we make the best out of what we got going on.
Wasn't no co-parenting where I grew up. That like once again, he wasn't there at all. So didn't exist, period. So, but I will say this though, once again, I use that to my advantage. I seen the things that my mother dealt with as far as with my father not being there. You know what I'm saying? So it was easy for me. It's easier for me to kind of step into the role of co-parenting with that idea. Now, I will say this, man, it's difficult, bro. Like it's tough. Like, I guess just me personally, and I can't speak for everybody else, just because of like how I grew up, and like I said, once again, my father not being there, co-parenting it was the last thing that I wanted to do. You feel me? Because I resented the fact that my father wasn't there in my life, so it took me a while to figure out how I could actually co-parent and not really be there every single day. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the ideal that I had for my son was completely opposite of what I had to deal with when I grew up. You know what I mean? And so that meant to me it was, if I'm there, I want to be there when he wake up. I want to be there when he go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? I want to have dinners with him. I want to walk outside and just be sitting outside and he walk outside and have those talks with him. You know what I'm saying? I want to say, hey, I'm going to the store real quick, and he just hop in the car. You know what I'm saying? I want all that. Like every little moment, not even the big ones. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about like celebrations and awards, and I don't like not even those, but every little moment as far as like if my son was like, as soon as we got for podcast, I go in there and be like, hey man, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? Just to hear his voice in person, in real life, right there. You know what I'm saying? I wanted all of that. So the whole co-parenting idea, man, at first to me was like, stupid I'm lost. I mean, but it took me some time to figure out how I could still be in my son's life, still be the man. Shout out to these two guys. My camera's acting crazy. Wherever you are, Tracy and Boo, you know what I'm saying? We had a lot of talks about, especially Tracy, you know what I'm saying? Had a lot of talks about how I could still be in my son's life and really not have to be in the same household. You know what I mean? I respect that. It's difficult still. You know what I mean? Because I still want that vision. I still have that ideal, but it's not about what I want. It's about what's best. You know, so but the co-parenting thing right now with me and his mother, I mean, we're I mean, I'm being honest. We have some times where, you know what I'm saying, we don't get along. When we don't get along, it causes small interference, nothing major. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I mean, I don't have a problem. You know what I'm saying? Anything that I need to, anytime I need to get my son, she let me get him. You know what I'm saying? Anytime I need to be there for my son, she allows me to be there. Just whatever. You know what I'm saying? It took time for us to get there, of course. But right now, where we are, as far as when it comes to Isaiah, like, he's first. And I really appreciate her for that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's key. That allows me to still be in my son's life, but actually without actually being there. You know what I'm saying? So because of that, I do appreciate that. But yeah, co-parenting right now, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's all right. I may want better in the future, you know what I'm saying? Bring them around a little bit more. But you know, right now it is what it is, you know.
You know,
It's cool.
Real quick, and then, you know, so everybody else has a chance to talk. Bro, I'll be honest, bro. I sit in this house daily. I put on everything, and I fight tears every day. You know what I mean? Like, in the situation I'm in, bro. Like I told you, I never thought I'd be here. You know what I'm saying? I never thought that I'll be going down this road. You know what I mean? Because I've always said, man, you know, the woman I have a child, the woman I choose. I'm 35 years old, bro, and I just had my first child. You know what I'm saying? I always said the person I choose to have a child with is going to be the person I spend the rest of my life with. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way I looked at things. And the fact that I'm having to pick my child up here, bring my child here where I'm at, take my child back, and look at and see the look on my kid's face when I drop them off, it sucks ass, bro. You know what I'm saying? That shit hurts so bad. And I know, AJ, and I know the look on your face, bro, because me and you had this conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, it sucks ass. It doesn't get easier. It's the worst feeling in the world to not be able to wake up to your kids every day. Yeah, like I said, we have a great co-parenting situation, bro. But when my kids are here, bro, I am the happiest man I have ever been in my life. The fact that I see that I'm there and they're right next to me. Like you said, man, my son, everywhere I go, my son wants to jump in the car. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gone too long, what did he do the other day? Coach AJ, can I use your phone? Let me call him and see where he at. Don't worry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't even gone 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? But it's just that type of bond, that bond you have with him, bro. And it's like, it feel like I'm losing that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because we're distant. You know what I mean? It's not, I can't reach out and touch him every time I want to. I can't play with my daughter every day like I want to. You know what I'm saying? I'm missing the small moments, but I'm around for the big stuff. The small moments, in my opinion, what mean the most and what matter the most.
Way more than the big moments.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, way outweigh the big moments.
When the first time she held a bottle, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, oh, John, dude. I was like, she doing something. No, this is dope. Like, I got to see that. You know what I'm saying? First time she rolled over, I didn't get to see that. She was at home with her mama. I get a text message. She rolled over for the first time. And I was like, damn, I really missed that. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be there for that. I want to be there when she take her first steps, when she say her first words. You know what I'm saying? But in this situation, I'm not able to be there. And that shit hurts. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I hate to be emotional in that situation, bro, but you know what I'm saying? Like, that's me being a man and being honest to myself. You know what I'm saying? And that is the worst. You know, I just thought I'd put that out there, bro, because that Like just talking about the fact that you're not able to, that I have to co-parent and I can't be the man in that household is the worst feeling that I've ever had. You know what I'm saying? I've lost a lot of people, lost a lot of friends, family members, but out of anything, bro, if I could turn back the hands and if whatever situation that made our shit fuck up, excuse my language, mess up, I would fix it in a heartbeat just to be home with my kids. You know, so I'm gonna turn it over to y'all before I start crying, bro. Go ahead. Like for real.
Salem? So you fam?
I'll be honest, I couldn't imagine missing the first for your kid. Like that really is important, and I feel for you on that. I can hear the hurt in what you're saying. I'm not quite in that situation yet, but whenever it does come around and I do have my own child, I really hope that I do whatever it takes to stay in that house. Because you're right, like the little stuff, the rolling over, holding the bottle, or even like the first day of school, like you don't want to miss that. You know, you don't want to miss the football games or whatever, but you really don't want to miss like the stuff that's the win for the parent, you know? So I can hear where you're coming from on that.
I mean, it makes you almost do, man. It makes you do some crazy things, bro. Like it does.
I cannot imagine. I really can't.
It's tough. Like I don't talk about it a lot, but I mean, I guess the purpose of our podcast is to talk about things and get them out there. But I mean, it's tough, bro, because it's when you, it's like it's unexplainable. That's what it is. It's unexplainable because it's the greatest feeling in the world to be when you really want to be a father. It's the greatest feeling in the world. You know what I'm saying? And every single second matters. I was talking to my nephew and I was talking to him. He said, "Man, how old is your son now?" I said, "He's 6 years old." He said, "Man, time flies." He said, "He's 6 now?" I said, "Yeah, he's 6 now." And then I said, if you put that into perspective, time does fly. You know what I'm saying? And with it flying so fast, in 2 more of these little segments that we have, my son will be 18 years old. He'll be grown. And so time just flew that fast in those 6 years. Imagine these next 6 years. But there's so much time that I'm missing of the just the simple things where I just want to be there. You know, we all get older. You know what I'm saying? So if I can fill my memory banks with anything, I want to fill it with my son. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of hard to fill your memory banks with those things or those experiences when you're just not there. You know what I mean? You're just not there. And it's really nothing you can, I mean, it's something you can do about it, but it's really nothing you can do about it. Sometimes it's best not to be there, but I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just need to work a little harder. So I mean, it's a tough fucking situation. Tough situation. When you want to be a father. Now, if you don't want to be no damn father, you deadbeats out there. That shit's easy for y'all, man. I wish I had to.
Yeah.
I'm glad I don't have what it takes to be a dad.
If you ain't want to be a dad, don't sign up.
Be there, bro. It's
Tell you, man, it's a 24-hour job, bro.
I ain't even gonna lie.
No, I'm gonna say 25-hour job because you can't sleep when you're a parent, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got to be on your toes every day, all day, every day.
Sure, man. Like, and I mean, I ain't even gonna lie. I hate it for any man that's not having a situation like that, bro. Because I know that shit. I hurt for y'all. I already know how I feel. Like if I can't reach out and just like beat up, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the job. That's the job we signed up for. You know what I'm saying? That's what we want. Like once we got it, you know what I'm saying? And even if it was a surprise, that's what you was trying to do, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? You know exactly what you signed up for. You know, like I talked to. I don't know about you guys, but I talked to a couple of my other friends. But I'm like, when you had your child, you saw him at the hospital. we all had that same feeling. It's like, all right, it's time to get to the house. I need to get to the crib like ASAP. I need to get in the house. I need to get as much food in the house as I can. I need to make sure everybody's straight. And I'm gonna just sit in here. Anything else need to happen, bro. It's gonna happen through me. Like that's just the feeling that we
You
have.
gotta you make a way, even when you
Yeah.
don't think you don't have a way to do it. You figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Like that's that that's that that's that primal nature that comes with that dad shit, you know, that comes with being a father. Like you don't come out and it's like you really trying to, like you not really you are feeling I'm not living for me no more. Like I got this I need to handle. This is bigger than whatever I got going on, you know. So it you know that's something and I tell. And y'all already know how I feel about it. Like if you can't be there for them all the time, be there as much as you can, because that's what you really looking to do. Cause like you got so many other people that's fine with not being there, not doing anything. They rather just watch somebody else do everything, or they rather just remain oblivious. I believe that's the best term.
Yeah.
And I hate, and like I said, like that's one of those things. I was saying earlier, bro, like we like, yeah, co-parenting with other guys, bro. Like, yeah, I know you got your kid, bro. Like, but if you really want to be back in your son's life, we can facilitate that. You know what I'm saying? We should be a component of that. But like, it ain't even that's not a bad thing at all, bro. Like, you want to be in there, your kid, like, bro, like, do that. Like, cause he gonna be even better. Cause now he gonna have two Superman if you want to be there. Like, you just gonna have to be Superman. Don't be, you know what I'm saying? What's the best way to put it? Half a giant. You know what I'm saying? So that's just kind of how I see like what you know, and what I feel a lot of guys that really feel that shoe, man. If it wasn't the case, then if well, I'd say that if I had the means, I would take kids. Yeah, you ain't got no real figure like that. Oh yeah, come on, you can come join the camp. Like, come on, like we ain't gonna do nothing but go kick. We're gonna do some real guy stuff. You know what I'm saying? You need that influence. And then, like, even for them, if your daddy want to come, bro, bring him on too, bro. We gonna do that for everybody. Like, he can join in on influence, or he can be influenced. It's all good because we all need that as men. Like, it's kind of a community thing that we neglect often. You know, we don't
Yeah.
put into that because like we can learn off each other, but we get so caught up in our little circles and in little groups that we choose to close off from information from outside sources. This is sad, you know.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we really, like I mean, and everybody know the only place you really get that, like as far as men, was through sports. You wouldn't get that too many other places. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You wouldn't get that same deal and that same bond. But after a certain age, bro, that network over with, cause our bodies don't last that long for one.
Right.
Like it said that like that's what forged like we really should that start coming out behind on other stuff, bro. Like 'cause that's what really build our community. Other than that, like, we ain't doing nothing.
See, and now I'll say this. That's why I am so grateful for the group of friends that I have, which I don't have many. You know what I'm saying? I can count on both hands how many friends I got total, like real friends, not people that I deal with, but people that I trust to be there even if I'm not there. You know what I'm saying? A few that I can count. And the thing about about you guys, bro, that I'm like super proud of, bro. We all have the same mindset when it comes to raising our kids, being in our kids' lives, making a difference, and stopping generational shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't ask for a better group of men to be friends with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we may not all be where we want to be, as far as business owners or financially where we want to be. But at the end of the day, bro, that financial shit, yeah, it's gonna keep your family afloat, bro. But it's gonna take the lessons that we teach these kids to continue the trend. You know what I mean? Um, and I commend all you dudes, bro, like 100%. Like if I ain't never told you guys I love y'all, bro, I love you dudes, and I really, really respect the men that you guys are. You know what I'm saying? That's 100%. You know,
Likewise, likewise.
I have one question though, because I wouldn't say a lot of the questions that we had tonight kind of catered to us because we had kids. Let me ask you this really quick before we get to the last question.
go ahead.
Taylor, when you first have your child, man, what's your vision for your child, man? What's your vision as a father? Where do you want to be for your child?
I guess I want to be my child's superhero. Like, more than just always being there and being available. Like, when something's wrong, you need Superman to come break through that wall to come save you. Like, I want to be that. I want to be the one that doesn't take no or doesn't ever say I ain't got it or I can't do it. Like, that child needs something, I'm gonna be there and I'm gonna do it. No questions asked.
That's what's up. I ain't financially great like I want to be. I'm taking the steps now to get there. But my son come to me, bro, I make a way regardless. If my mama say, "Hey, I need this for my daughter," bro, I make a way. You know what I'm saying? I feel like as long as you put the effort in, bro, you'll get it done. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna want to get it done. It's a difference between just going through the motions and really being that father for your child. You know what I'm saying? Like, regardless of who you with or what y'all going through, bro, if that child need it, bro, if you're a real man, and a real father to that kid, bro, you gonna make that shit shake. It's nothing that can stop you from doing that. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, Salem, bro, I ain't known you that long. You know what I'm saying? I just met you about a month or two ago, and I can see just based off the person that you are, bro, that you're gonna be a great father, bro.
I appreciate that.
I can peep that, bro. Like, you get a vibe off people, bro, and you fit.
Dad gene kick in. You see your kid, you gonna see it kick in. You gonna be like, "Oh man, I'm hurt." Then he's like, "How I stay up for 3 days straight, no sleep, bro." Dad gene, bro. Like, it just be that way.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, you gonna have them nights, bro. You gonna sit there when that baby get here. When you finally get that baby, bro, you just gonna sit up all night and you gonna watch that baby, bro.
No.
You gonna make sure don't nothing happen, bro. Like,
And,
I probably won't.
I used to always think it was weird, man, when people used to be like, I used to listen to my child sleep. I used to listen to my child when I watch my child sleep. I'm like, man, y'all weird. That's some weirdo stuff, bro. But like real talk, like, one, there's a difference between, and it's hard to understand this because I didn't think I would ever understand this because I love my stepchildren. I still love my stepchildren and still to this day, like they were my own. You know what I'm saying? But there's a small difference when it's your child versus the stepchild. And in that small difference, it's those nights where you just sit down and you just watch the chest open and close as they breathe as they go to sleep. It's those nights when you put your ear next to their nose to hear them breathing as they go to sleep. But it's weird, man. It's like crazy. You stay up with those.
I would definitely agree to disagree because I do that with my stepson, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you got to understand, my first child, I never got to meet. You know what I'm saying? I never got to meet my first child. I supposed to had a child in 2012, bro. I never got to meet my child. That was taken from me. And I got the opportunity to be a father to this boy. But I still, today, I wake up in the middle of the night and go in there and just put my hand on his chest and make sure he's okay. You know what I'm saying? With my daughter, bro, when she's in this bed with me, bro, when I sleep with my hand on her chest, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to feel her. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's I do that to both of them. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it is and I will be honest, it is a different type of love. You know what I'm saying? It definitely is.
So,
you know what I'm saying? But I kind of want to be that outsider, outside that box. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I pride myself on that, because I don't want my stepson to feel that my love is different for him than it is for my child, for my daughter. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want everyone to feel like that.
It's not a love. It's not a difference that they can feel. You know what I'm saying? Because what you're doing is you're still giving that genuine love to both of them because you love them to death. You know what I mean? So it's not a love that they can feel. It's more of an internal love that you know. You know what I'm saying? It's more of a how can I put this in the most basic? It's gonna sound pretty primitive when I say this, but it's more like that's my seed. That's my legacy that moves forward. You know what I'm saying? That's my bloodline. And I hate to say it like that because that draws emotion out of my statement because this is a very emotional situation. But when you draw the emotions out, that's what I'm leaving on this earth as a legacy when I'm gone to carry on who I was and my bloodline or whatever is there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like you can give so much to any child and still so much, but at the end of the day, that legacy, man, is pretty important too. I would say that.
You're 100% right, and I agree.
I want to just pepper in this. I don't know. I know what I felt when I had Lucas, and like just the nights of like sitting up, holding him on my chest, and having him sleep there. Like that's where he slept for a while. You know what I'm saying? For like those first couple of days, see what he was doing. And there is
like pop now.
Yeah.
I felt like that shit too.
Yeah. And like still to this day, like he 3 years old, you know, he is big as saying he'll lay on my chest, he still do the same thing and fall asleep. He ain't here cuddled up like he used to be, but he still lay up. So like it's kind of one of those like personal attachment things. Cause you got a lot of dads that that you meet the child, you don't have those moments of intimate affection. You know what I'm saying? That you know what I'm saying? That's intimate. Like he on my that's that skin to skin feeling. That's something that I didn't really understand that Erica was serious about. She's like, no, you should get this touch with your you know what I'm saying, with your child or somebody that you love, because that's more that creates a bigger bond. And like those things, like you know what I'm saying, like with somebody that you don't really have those, like you know what I'm saying, like brothers and family, people that you see that way, you wouldn't really like, you know what I'm saying, run up and hug me with your shirt off, you know what I'm saying? It's not what we do, but you know what I'm saying? If you within your certain realm, you know, be like, all right, it's all good, but like it's legit there's a bond that come with that. And us as men, it's most commonly shared with family and siblings, you know what I'm saying, and our offspring. You know, that's kind of those bonds that should be built, regardless. Like, yeah, that's your stepson, but like you said, you've been there with that man since he was 2 years old. So I'm pretty sure y'all had a hug or two, running around the crib with y'all shirts off, playing shirts.
Bro, I tell you, bro, to this day, bro, my son 8 years old, about to be 9, bro, and we have moments where he'll be sleeping in his room, bro, and he'll come in the bed, bro, and the next, all I know is, bro, I just feel somebody's head on my chest, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like he'll come in there, bro. Our bond is so tight, dude. Like it's crazy though. Like when you think about it, we'll sit down and watch a movie, bro. He'll cuddle up right next to me, get up under me so he can feel me. You know what I'm saying? And he'll pass out. You know what I mean? But it's just the comfort of being next to me. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. And even like, I mean, just yesterday, bro. The other night when we had to go get him, you know what I'm saying? He came in here. Usually, you know, over here in the situation I'm in right now, we don't sleep in the same. We got different sleeping arrangements, bro. But he came in the room. I woke up, bro, and he on my arm, bro, like just up under me, holding my junk, bro, tight as hell. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, you know, it's a different type of situation, bro. Like with my daughter, that first day when she was born, I didn't do the skin to skin thing. You know what I'm saying? I didn't understand it. You know what I'm saying? Like she was like, "Do you want to skin to skin with her?" The doctor. You know what I'm saying? I was like, "No." I mean, I'm a holder, but I ain't no skin to skin. I ain't know what the fuck that meant. You know what I'm saying?
And I was like, "Yeah." I was out. Yeah.
You know, so I mean, but over the next few days, bro, like, because we was in the hospital 3 or 4 days just because of the COVID situation and everything, because, we had a COVID baby. I mean, just straight up. So over the next few days, bro, I kind of started to understand it, bro. Like, when I laid down, bro, my baby mama didn't have that girl, bro. She was me. You know what I'm saying? And to this day, bro, when I walk in the house, bro, her face light up. You know what I'm saying? She fucking starts smiling from ear to ear. No matter if I'm just coming in to say hey and give her a kiss and walk right back out the door. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy, bro. It's the best feeling that you could ever have, bro. Outside of the relationship you have with Jesus Christ, bro. Like, that's the best feeling in the world, bro.
I go like church, like my wife, my kids and family, like, cause that's like one of those, like, I've been taking the point to choose the relationship with my wife, like, over a lot of shit, cause it's kind of like, and it's hard to say, like, yeah, even over my son, I'm like, nah, cause we the parents, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, although I love my son to death, like, that's my, like, you know what I'm saying? And he know how to pull my heartstrings. You can come play with me, please? You want to come play with some Paw Patrol? Like, he know how to do those things, but it's like, nah, like, you can go play. Me and Mama gotta talk. We gotta make sure we straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the things that I've been kind of trying.
Yeah, and you gotta. The kids will understand at some point. Hey, if it wasn't for them two doing what they did, bro, I wouldn't even be here. You know what I'm saying? So they gotta keep their thing tight to keep this boat floating. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and that ain't even sexual. I'm just saying, the intimacy between two people at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And keeping that bond tight. Like, if that bond break, that kid's whole situation changes. You know what I'm saying? And they'll understand that growing up, and it's like, we've been going a long time, but like, I ain't gonna cap. But and I feel like this conversation, you know what I'm saying, we should have this with females as well. I think we should incorporate the women in this conversation too at some point.
Which women?
The mother. The mother.
Oh, wait. You hear how homie talking about up here, right?
Oh, talking about a kid?
Yeah, that one right there.
He was like, what women? What women? Yeah, I heard.
I just want to make sure that I
you dreading her getting on here, boy. You like, oh God.
Air my whole life out.
Not at all, man. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. Not at all, man. And honestly, I say it like this. That's why I once again last night suggested them get their show going, man. Women's opinion is just as important, bro. How do we expect to understand something that you don't ever take time to fucking listen? You know what I'm saying? So their opinion is by far just as much as important as ours. So do I drag the mother of my child come on here and we have this conversation together? Hell fucking no. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because her opinion
lies. The lies.
Don't get it twisted, man. When it comes to understanding each other in order to raise our child, but I do anything.
And for all the viewers out there, man, we really, really appreciate the time that you guys take to look at what we're doing. And we're just trying to give you guys the perspective from our eyes at the end of the day. Next week's talk is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be, oh man, I can't wait. It's gonna be hell. Parental advisory. Yeah. Hey, parental advisory. Just understand that.
Parental advisory, like, man. Viewers discretion. Hey, you need to put that in the show.
I'm gonna put that in the comments, man. Like, no cap. Hey, viewer discretion advised. This will be one of them talks, men versus women. With that being said, everybody in YouTube world, thank you guys for watching. We really, really appreciate y'all again. Love, live.
I don't know who I'm thanking, but thank you.
Huh?
I said, I don't know who I'm thanking, but thank you, because like, I don't like, you check the stats. I just be here.
We never even got to the last
time to show.
Look, we gonna do this again. But yeah, again, love, live, laugh, and enjoy life, bro. At the end of the day, hey, we appreciate everything. We out. Peace.
Later.
All
All right, fellas, man. Hey, good episode, bro. I appreciate y'all, bro. 100.
Yeah, bro. Like, oh, so